Dunes National Park and Preserve in Colorado. Great Sand Dunes National Park. And over there's the entrance station, which will take you to the visitor center, the dunes. I think you can continue on to the Dunes Overlook Trail. Okay, here we are at the Great Sand Dunes National Park Visitor Center, and we are going to walk around to the back and take a look at the dunes, and then we will walk out and go on to the dunes. The visitor center. Now the visitor center closes at 4:30. I think it's 9 to 4:30 are the hours, and it's about 5 o'clock now. We went there earlier.
Now, the dune field at Great Sand Dunes National Park and Preserve in Colorado covers approximately 30 square miles. It is absolutely massive. I mean, this is just the area for the main dune field. The entire sand sheet surrounding it, which feeds the larger dunes that you see here, is even larger than 30 square miles. So this place is really unbelievable. Also, the height of the dunes is around 750 feet at the tallest point. To put the Great Sand Dunes into perspective, they are almost 2.5 times as tall as the Statue of Liberty. The Great Sand Dunes in Colorado began forming around 440,000 years ago after a large inland lake called Lake Alamosa dried up. This lakebed sediment was then subjected to winds and water action that sculpted the dunes over time.
Okay, right now we are on the first mound of the dunes, and 700 plus feet up to the top. We're not going to be doing that today. To get to this point, we are 4/10 of a mile across the sand there from the parking lot. So just under half a mile to get to the start of the dunes. But man, it is beautiful. Sunset at Great Sand Dunes National Park. Be a beautiful dark sky evening.
Now, the Great Sand Dunes National Park and Preserve is designated as an International Dark Sky Park. It received this recognition in 2019 from the International Dark Sky Association. Now, the park's remote location, high elevation, dry air, and minimal light pollution contribute to excellent stargazing conditions. As a matter of fact, while we were staying there at the campground, we were able to see the Milky Way the night we stayed. Now it's time for some highlights from our stay at the Great Sand Dunes Lodge just outside of the park.
Okay, here is Great Sand Dunes Lodge. See, there are rooms for lodges there. They have decks on the front that overlook Great Sand Dunes National Park. There are also trailers, several of them. We are in that one there with decks. Some are overlooking the park, some are not. The one we are in is not. Each has a deck, some chairs. Here's a quick little view inside our little camper. This looks like a full-size bed. Air conditioning unit at the top. A separate bed in the back. We're storing our stuff, our food, and clothes. Chrissy has actually opened up our bags of chips because the altitude, the bags started to burst. So you're over 8,000 feet. We got those about 500 feet of elevation. So has a little kitchen, and then the bathroom. Not bad. Has a shower. And here's the view from our deck. The high plains. Some mountains off in the distance, and then you can catch a glimpse of the Great Sand Dunes. And also here at the Great Sand Dunes Lodge and campsite, you see these little cabins. These tend to have pretty decent views, it looks like, of the dunes. Information will be on their website.
Now, in addition to the lodge, the cabins, and the campers, which you've seen so far in this video, this campsite also has some geodesic dome-style tents, which look like they'd be pretty cool to stay in. Now it's time to make our way to the Zapata Falls Trail, which is not far from the lodge and the national park.
And here's the view from the road going up to Zapata Falls of the dunes and the mountains. Absolutely stunning. And from here you get to see how deep the dunes are. Wow. Okay, here we are at the Zapata Falls trailhead outside the Great Sand Dunes National Park. There's parking here, and you'll see when you come up, you want to park on the left when you come up, because on the right is actual search and rescue parking. So people are parking there, but they want you to park on the left. Over here you can actually see the sand dunes off in the distance. And also over here there are restrooms and a little picnic area. All right, now we're starting the Zapata Falls Trail. Welcome to Zapata Falls. This is supposed to be roughly a mile out and back, a little less. But we will see. All right, 0.3 miles in, the sign leaving BLM, the Bureau of Land Management, and entering state lands for Colorado. We are not far from the falls now, I don't think. Well, it is about 55 degrees out here, and that water is, well, 20 degrees cooler. It is ice cold. So we are not going to ford up in through there. But it is very pretty, this little cascading part. Okay, Christy's tested out the water. It is ice cold. We're assuming, looking back to where we have to go, it's probably going to take 15-20 minutes to get up there, spend some time and back, fording through the water, especially if you want to take it slow and not fall. So we would suggest doing it in the afternoon. If it was warm and hot, it would feel pretty refreshing. 50 degrees outside and it's that cold, it's going to be brutal. So we're going to pass on seeing the falls. We've seen it on other videos coming down. And still, not a bad hike. Very pretty up here, real easy. And if you're in the Colorado area and you haven't done elevation hiking, this is a pretty good one. Real short to see how you're going to handle hiking at elevation. Yeah, total elevation gain was about 165 feet, so not a lot. Individual elevation gain. You'll see those little benches along the way if you need to stop. Talking to somebody up there who's from Maryland. Yeah, she's just getting her mountain legs, and this climb was a little tough for her. But you do get a pretty cool view of the dunes and the mountains from here.